Hey everybody, this is Josh from the themtgnoob. Chris asked me if I would do a draft. Some folks in the stream wanted me to come off the stream and do a draft. I do like the stream a great deal. It's a lot of fun just because of the interactions. But anyway, for this draft, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to go fairly quickly. And I'm going to be ranking the cards from 1 to 3 depending on the power level as I see them added to our deck. Clearly, this is lucky. Some people put up drafts just only drafts where they go 3-0. Whether we go 3-0 this time, I don't know. But we do have a money card, which is handy. So I'm sitting here on a Saturday afternoon, and I needed to do a draft. I actually started doing this and then realized through the first part of round 1 that my mic wasn't on. So went ahead and ended that draft, and we're going to start another one. This is an 8-4 gate crash draft. Clearly, power level number 1 plus. I would say probably 2. And then maybe 3. Sorry about that. 3 on the Hands of Binding. Alright, so we are already Orzhov. We need to think about cards that work well in Orzhov. We do see some nice green here. See some nice Simic stuff. Neither of those cards are really going to fit in our deck. Could always go Orzhov Boros. That's not a bad mix. The Denizen is excellent in Boros. We do see some white cards coming through. Typically, that's not what we do. We need to play double black, double white. So we're going to need to stay in probably black or white for this. I don't really think I want to splash. Denizen is fine for that. I think the pick here, though, is the Smite. So for me, I would rank this 1, 2, and then probably 3 on the Prism. Now, if I was going to go ahead and commit to splashing, that's fine. This card just takes over games. So I would like to stay in white-black if at all possible, just for consistency. So again, 1, 2, 3, maybe also to be considered would be the Hands of Binding here or the Guild Gate. So we're going to take the Smite. Alright, looking at black-white. Got some nice cards actually for black-white. This is our third Hands of Binding we've passed, so we need to keep that in mind. Death's Approach is fine, but we don't want to pick it here. Here it's either going to be this one, or this one. I do like to keep my curve low. Devour Flesh is very good in the Orzhov build. I'd kind of like to take a creature here. I think both these creatures are actually very good. This is tough to pass, this Devour Flesh. I'm just saying. I've narrowed it down to basically either 1 or 2. And I think for us... I think for us, we're going to take, man, I really don't want to pass this signal right here. I think I'm going to take the Balustrade Spy. 1, 2, 3 for me. Alright, get a nice on-color card. We are passing some good Gruul, mind you, here. I'm kind of already in our colors, though. So for us, we only have one pick, and that's number 1, the High Priest of Penance. The Guild Gate would enable us to splash some blue, which would be pretty good. This is kind of a scary signal, but I don't think I can jump out now because none of these align with the guilds that we currently have. So we're just going to take this. It is a good pick in our deck, and we'll just have to work out the rest later. Again, some more Gruul coming through. There's a clear Gruul signal. We're going to have to go against it, though. And so I think that we've got the swing and the maneuver. The swing is fine. Only having 2 cards really to rate. The Ruffian is not a card I'm going to rate. Alright, here is a good pick. We got Basilica Guards as a clear number 1 pick. Probably number 1, 2, and 3 for what we're doing. Cyclops is a powerful card, but on the splash, I don't know how much. Red is clearly open. We're taking Basilica Guard, so it would be number 1, probably 2 just because it's a dude, and 3. We'll take the guards here. Alright, another good pick for us. We've got the Skulk, which is a very useful card in either Dimir or Orzhov in the set. We've got the Commandos also. It's a Shamble Shark running around. Hold the Gates. I've drafted it a couple of times. I think I played it once, but I never got it out on the field. And I'm sure I probably lost that draft too. So for us, it's going to be 1, 2, and then I guess it's just a toss-up. I guess we could take this. We don't have a gate. But maybe 3 or 3 just to cut it. But we're taking the Skulk here without question. Alright. Here I could take the Commandos and just have a 5-drop. It is a playable. It does cut white. I'm really tempted to take this 4-mind infantry, and I think I'm going to, just because red appears to be really open. Alright, we got Hands of Binding. I don't know if we splash blue or red. Red appears to be more open. This is a late Hands of Binding. Blue would probably be an easier splash for us, as maybe we'll wheel a Guildgate. So for me, I'd say 1. I'm not going to hurt myself for not taking a Thunder Fist, but that would be 2. And then maybe 3, the charge. Maybe 1, 2, 3. But we'll take this Hand of Binding. It is a powerful card. And I thought we might wheel one. We see another Shamble Shark, so it looks pretty clearly that people are not in Simic, but we're not going to be in Simic either. However, we are taking this Hands of Binding. So probably 1, 2, and then whatever you want from the rest. Alright, and all of our Hands of Binding wheeled. So 3 Hands of Binding in an Extort deck is really good. It does look like we may try to splash. Maybe we'll get a Guildgate. I don't know. We're taking this Hands of Binding here. Sure. Alright. Absolutely. Alright, guys. So let's see. We've actually got some really good picks in here to examine. There are the Boros in this pack is amazing. And you got the Goblin, you got the Charm, you got the Griffin, you got the Sky Knight, and you got a Pit Fight. I guess this is more Gruul, but anywho, for us, it's either the Screecher or the Griffin, and I think I'd like to run cheaper Extort, maybe get a Hands of Binding on this guy. Dimir Charm also fine, and we are splashing, but I think I just need a good white creature, so I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 for us. Okay, so we're going to take the Screecher here. I'll go ahead and hide out a couple of things I know I'm not playing, such as the Rebirth, the Skullcrack, the Infantry now, and that's about it. I guess we could play Midnight Recovery in a pinch. Alright, so for us, we get the Dinro Vahar, which is very good. On the splash, it doesn't seem bad. We've also got a white here. I think actually I'd like the white more than the Dinro Vahar, just because it comes out earlier.
We have no toothpaste.
Alright. So, Rebel Hulk's very good. And Gruul. This is just a little bit slow, but it is good. Maybe we wheel this Smite. I think here, though, I've got to say 1, 2, and then probably 3. White is on color. It doesn't require us to splash the blue if we don't want to, and it becomes really strong with a mill theme, and it looks like that's what's coming through. Death's Approach is very good with the white. Maybe we wheel that, but the Sage's Row Denizen now actually looks pretty good. So for us here, it's going to be 1, 2, and then maybe 3, but we'll just take the Sage's Row Denizen. Now we're looking more blue. So maybe we're base Orzhov. Alright, let's see here. Still got some good Boros coming through. Need to keep that in mind. We got a Devour Flesh here. We also got a Rapid Hybridization. These are kind of close for me. I guess Devour Flesh is a little better. We've also got an Edict here, but with this cheap removal, I don't really want to consider an Edict. We are kind of moving out of white. Which is kind of concerning because of the Ghost Council. We do need to keep an eye out for gates here. Just because it's targeted, this is pretty good. So here you get a 3/3 creature. Your opponent does. This has more uses, I feel like. Here your opponent gains life. Creature or life, pretty much. I think I'd choose life. Choose life. Alright, so what do we got here? Really nothing other than a Devour Flesh. And we got a Gridlock. It's not where I want to take my Gridlock. We also got a Cling Anemones. Whatever. Anemones. Anemones. I don't know. I feel like Nemo. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3 for me. That's some good green is coming through. So we'll just take another Devour Flesh here. Okay. Ooh, this is a great pick, actually. People know I like the Undercity Plague. We do only have 8 creatures, and this is a really super good creature for us to have. Gift is also very good. So for me, though, it's going to be 1, 1A, 1B, and 1C, really. These are great picks, and it looks like we might be in the open guild, maybe. So we're going to take the Plague here. Alright, we're kind of moving away from white, which is a little bit concerning. We're splashing for Executioner Swing, High Priest of Penance, and then Obsidat, which I do want to get out, so I'm going to have to just focus on guild gates. Here I'm going to take the Extorter that's cheaper, and the guards. Number 2 would have been the Enforcer. Alright, for us, Death's Approach is very good. Sprite is fine. Aetherize is really strong, but here I'm going to have to say 1, probably 2, 3. I'm going to take this Denizen, though. Alright, nothing super good in here for us. Way of the Thief is just pretty bad, especially for us, what we're looking at. Thrall is good in Orzhov. He really is. I think I'm going to take the Thrall over a Last Thought, so probably 1, 2, and then whatever you want. Could regenerate him twice with the staff, maybe. Alright, Psychic Strike is going to be 1. Ruffian is a distant 2. Strike is actually decent in the deck that we're building. Here we wield the Phantom, which is really fine. I've got this Denizen too, but we'll take the Phantom here. Alright, sure, some Anemones. Take the Whip for the fabled Razor Tip Whip deck. Here, just a Void Walk. And a Mountain. Alright, so we do have to keep in mind, we got one of the more powerful cards in the set here. It's going to stretch us on mana. Let's go ahead and hide out our lands. We need to take a look through here and see what we are using. Definitely base. I don't really like Midnight Recovery in this deck. We're definitely base Dimir here. The cards we're looking at, we've got one Screecher, we've got another Thrall, we've got an Agoraphobia, which is fine. We also got an Aetherize, which is also good. For us, though, it's definitely going to be the Screecher. I would rate this pack 1, 2, and then 3. So we're going to take the Screecher. Nice little Plague Carrier. This is also a decent pack for us. We've got, well, we got the Rogue, I guess. We've got the Syndic, and we got the Balustrade Spine. We are kind of splashing the white. I do have a mill theme going on, so strangely, I'm going to pass the Syndic here just because we're deeper Dimir and take the Spy. So for me, it would be 1, 2, and then 3 on this pick. I'm going to take the Spy, though. Probably go ahead and hide out the Anemones also. Alright, I'm going to have to wheel something out of this pack, I think. We've got 14 creatures. The Skyjack is very good. I think incredibly useful in the format. We've also got the Aristocrat. We've got the Prism, which I think, honestly, we're going to need. Skyjack is super good 2-drop for us. Wow, so many playables. I don't think this Prism wheels. We do have a Guildgate, too. This is actually a really tough pick. I wish this was an Orzhov Guildgate. That would make it a little more contentious for this pick. But for me, it's going to be either Skyjack, Prism, and I guess to a lesser degree the Aristocrat. And here I'm just going to be smart and take the Prism. Alright, let's see what we got here. We've got actually some good picks. We've got another Smite. We've got a Basilica Guards. And I guess a Gridlock. The Boros rolling through is kind of concerning. Our removal's a little bit light. It mostly deals with tempo and Hands of Binding. Do I want another Basilica Guards, or do I want a removal spell? I kind of like to have another removal spell. And so I think I'm going to rate this 1, 2, and then I guess 3. But I'm taking the Smite here. Alright, so this is terrible. We got the Gate, and we've got 2 really good white creatures. The Flyer is going to help us deliver our Plague, and it can also come out 1 turn later. So I think I'm going to rate this 1, 2, and then 3. I'm going to take the Flyer here, just because it has evasion. Alright, hopefully we'll be wheeling something of note. Here we look at our removal. We've got a Psychic Strike. We've got the Priest, I guess. We've got Executioner's Swing, couple Devour Flesh, 3-handed Binding, 2 Smites. I don't think we need this Edict. I think I need another playable blue creature, so I'm going to rate this 1, 2, and then I guess a distant third here. But we're taking the Sprite over the Edict because we have early removal. This actually is a good pick for us. The Gargoyle works decently. The Denizen is okay in some decks, but I don't think in ours it's going to be really good. So for us, really the only pick is the Gargoyle here. Alright, another Hands of Binding, an Enforcer, or a Guards. I think another Guards is fine. Might be difficult to cast unless we get a Gate. This is one of the only times I'm thinking about taking an Enforcer over a Guards. I think actually, though, it's just got to be 1, 2, and then 3. I'm going to take another Guards here, just for the Extort trigger early. Alright, none of these really interesting to me. We'll just take a Tiger. Not even really worth rating. Here, Commandos is okay. I'm not going to play that card. I'm not going to play the Bracers. Because we don't really have things with triggered abilities. I guess we got this and we could kill it. That's got to be dealt damage. Yeah, I'm going to take the Martial Glory just to hack it. Here, I guess Delusions is playable. Just take this Murder Investigation. I've seen some shenanigans with that. Gridlock is fine here. Way of the Thief with no gates. So we're splashing hard here. It's going to be a really greedy deck, and I hope you're into that kind of thing. Alright, as I'm building this deck up, I noticed that our stronger cards are definitely the black-white. The blue is fine, but it's going to have to be the splash. We do have a Prism, which I'm really glad I picked that over some better cards. Probably the pick would have been the Orzhov Guildgate over maybe the Pet or the Syndic, but that's a tough call for me to make. As we're building this up, the Denizen is going to have really zero effect other than being a 2-3 off the splash, which seems horrific. We've got this Tiger, which seems okay, and it is in our main colors. I think it's actually maybe playable here. We do have some good removal in the deck, and we've got 14 creatures we need to add to. The question is, do we even splash the blue? I mean, our blue is powerful. Without splashing, we'd be looking at a Manor Gargoyle in the 4 slot, and maybe a Midnight Recovery to get back some of our cheaper creatures, maybe. And I think this is okay. The Gargoyle, I mean, we've got triple Hands of Binding. We have a Sprite, but I don't even want to splash if I don't have to. I think the Prism is fine just as a standalone. I don't think any of these cards in themselves is really worth splashing for. I mean, I'd like to splash or play maybe 6 of them. But the Sage's Row Denizen, as good as it is not going to work because we don't have enough blue creatures. It's just going to be a 2-3. We do have some mill with the Balustrade Spy. Psychic Strike would be fine. Really, the question is here, then, what I'm going to play in my 23rd slot. We could play another land, help us get to Obsidian and the Plague faster. I think we got enough removal, and we don't need the Hands of Binding, as silly as it is that I saw 3 that they wield. We've got Murder Investigation, which is kind of interesting, but X is its power, and we really don't have a lot of power. I think it's just going to be Midnight Recovery here for us. We do have some cheaper creatures that we wouldn't mind pulling out of the graveyard. And this card actually just works with Extort, so it's okay. And I think that's going to have to be our play. The deck is not outstanding. I think maybe I thought that we were more blue than we were. We could have taken a Syndic. Could have an extra Syndic, but anyway, here's the deck. I'm going to go ahead and add the land to it. It is only 2 types. 9-8 seems fine. So we'll go ahead and ship this baby off, and I'll catch you in just a moment in round 1. This is Josh for the MTG Noob and Planeswalkers Library, our sponsor.